Welcome to a new episode of D's Nuggets. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's episode is titled Attraction. And this attraction is something that a lot of people focus on because they want more of it in their lives, not specifically just to say that I want to be more attractive, but I want to attract the right things in my life. And I'm pretty sure all of us want an effortless way to attract more money, better relationships, greater opportunities, and overall happiness. And I'm going to share some attraction laws as well as some unspoken rules on how to work on what's within our control. Now, attraction is not something where somebody says I have too much of it. And this is not strictly based upon how attractive you are. It's what we want to attract in our lives. So when we focus on those specific things and say, you know what, I want to attract better wealth, I want better health, I want these things that are very important to me, I'm going to give you some nuggets on that today. So let's go ahead and dive in for a second. And like I said, let me start off by saying that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I'm not going to tell you or give you nuggets that's going to make you prettier on the outside. That's something that I can't control. Most likely it's something that you can't really control unless you have a really good makeup artist. So I ain't God and I ain't a miracle worker, just in case you didn't know. This is a disclaimer right now. And if you ugly, I got attraction tips for you too. So this is right here is going to help you out. And it's beneficial for everybody because once you realize that, you know what, I'm not maybe so attractive physically, there's other ways you can attract the things you want in life and the people you want in your life. So, and I know I'm joking right now, but at the same time, it's just not, and I don't mean ugly in just a physical context. I'm talking about ugly personalities, ugly auras, ugly mindsets, ugly health. There's a lot of things that people have that they don't realize that are unattractive, and they want to turn that around. And they don't realize how they're pushing people away from them because of their negativity. And I've seen cute people become ugly really fast without even knowing it because of their personality and the way that they carry themselves. So right here, I just want to talk about how to become irresistibly attractive with these simple laws of attraction through personal development, self-care, and self-awareness. So you don't have to be beautiful outwardly to be irresistibly attractive. And the number one thing I want to give you as the number one nugget right here is that eyes are attracted to movement. Eyes are attracted to movement. So if you try to Google this right now and say, okay, like I want to know more about attraction, they're going to give you a lot of information on how to speak things into existence and how to manifest what you want. And that's a law of attraction, how to manifest what you want. It's a law of manifestation. And you can speak what you want into existence, which is very, very important because affirmations they're huge. It's like lying to yourself to become who you want to be, or it's reaffirming who you already are, just to make sure, because you got to hear those words. So it's important to still say them, but more important than saying something, whether you want to look better, you want to dream bigger, you want to have better relationships, or whatever you want into existence, and you want to speak that thing without movement, that thing never becomes alive. It's like a baby kicking in the womb and you know it's there and you're about to birth something great, but until it comes out, until you have action and movement, it's still in there. It's something that can still die because it's not fully breathing yet. And until you put life into it, which is like you gotta be active, it won't come into fruition. You gotta put some action behind those words. And I'm telling you right now, it's like knowledge without application. If you have those two, if you have knowledge without application, how powerful is your knowledge? And we talk about knowledge as power. It's the same thing with speaking those things into existence without action. You have to have those two things have to work together in order for you to have something effective. And that's how you create that attractive beast. You know what I'm saying? And hey, when you become that attractive beast, you become unstoppable. So all I'm just saying is you need action, Jackson. All right, you got it? And then after that, don't talk about it, be about it. So let's go into this next thing right here. So I'm gonna break down a few nuggets for you so you can structure your life to attract what you want. And I know that I'm an amiable person, and I will consider that's basically like I consider myself a people person. And so I feed off of others' energies. And and that's another way where you can become attractive because people recognize the vibration. People recognize the connectivity, and they know they can feel when there's positive energy. And people want more of that. So when you're very enthusiastic, when you're authentic, when you're suave, when you're smooth, when you're educated. These are simple things that people want and they're attracted to. And why do they want it? Because as I said, sometimes you're going to have haters, and haters come into your life for a specific reason. They hate it because you're doing it and they're not. They want to be who you and where you are, or they're simply upset because you proved them wrong. They still can't believe that you're doing something right when they feel in their mindset everything is wrong. That's why the haters come into your life, and you can't stop them. You can't change them, and that's not your job, because you're going to attract them regardless if you're doing the right things in your life. So don't focus and don't worry about the haters. Just keep doing your thing. Be authentic, be enthusiastic, and like I said, be suave. And after that, you will find out you will be attracting more of what you want, not just the people in your life, but what you want in life. And that higher level of attraction is going to actually make you feel like you're getting more fulfilled and you have more success in your life. So let's talk about some of these things right here. We want to keep on the forefront of our minds is that, and especially this is just something for the single folks that you want to say, that, am I getting more of this in my life? Just to make sure I'm attracting the right people in my life, because I know some single women and some single dudes are out there like, I keep on attracting the wrong ones. What's going on with me? And I'm gonna dive into that in just a moment. But after that, it's just, first of all, you start off with yourself. Am I someone I would fall in love with based upon my appearance, based upon my personality, based upon my habits, based upon my ambition? I'm gonna say that one more time. Am I someone I would fall in love with based upon my outer appearance, my personality, my habits, and my ambition? It's not my accomplishments. Why? Because your accomplishments already gotten you so far. Your ambition is going to tell you where you're going. So these are the 4 things that you can mainly focus on when you're saying, okay, like, am I going to attract the right person in my life? And I'm going to tell you how to gear it to the next level. Because sometimes your gauge might be off just a little bit if you feel like you're attracting the wrong person. I'm gonna tell you a few things that I know that are attractive to most people. And this is the simple things that we can focus on. And this right here alone can change our paradigm. So think about when you go to an exotic place, or you've seen a picture of somewhere really exotic, or an exotic car, an exotic woman. These things become attractive. Why? Because they're exotic. They're limited. They have a very, an appeal. And it's not just a sex appeal. It's an appeal to say that there's a form of freedom here. There's a form of liberty here. There's something beautiful here that's outside of the norm. And this is what you want in your life. You want more of this in your life. And you want it in abundance. So these are simple things. And exotic, that's one thing. And I'm not saying that you got to be exotic, because maybe you don't feel like you're exotic on the outside, but you can change your mind in order to be that way. You can make it more attractive. And this just starts off by shifting negative programming to positive programming. And I'm pretty sure you've heard it online, and you've heard people talk about it, how you have to unlearn and relearn a lot of things that you've been taught in life. I had to do it. Most people have to do it. Why? Because we're not taught how to be more attractive. We're taught how to fit in. We're taught how to blend in and mesh in with the crowd, but that's not where you're going to benefit in life. You have to stand out. When you go out for an interview, how do you become the most attractive person? It's not about putting your best foot forward. It's really about bragging. It's really about showing off and showing out and letting your light shine. But you have to do it controlled. Have you ever seen somebody shine too bright and they blind everybody in the room? This is like, whoa, they're overwhelming. It's too much. It's too much. You got to know what to set your vibration, your lumens on, so that way you don't come off too bright, you don't come off too heavy. There's a gauge you got to put on that. And I'm gonna break some of these things down for us here in this episode. So I'm just saying the most important thing to do is make sure that you feel it's an internal to external process whenever we're talking about the law of attraction. And the rules of attraction I'm going to break down right here. Like I mentioned, it's not only just the cars. It's not only just the vacation or exotic places that you go to. It's not only just the women or the man who's been, sculpted perfectly. It's things that you can do to your mindset. It's things that you can do in your life. It's habits that you can have. And it's the little things. I'm gonna give a couple of them for men real quick. Men, this becomes attractive. And I'm gonna tell you right now, based upon things that I've heard multiple women say, being able to use your hands. Women, for some reason, love a man that can fix something. And that's something in our genetic code. Why? Because it tells them that they can be taken care of, they can be provided for, they can be secured in their situation, and know that a man can take care of them. A man can fix the problem. That's something that becomes attractive. Another thing for the fellas, the truth. But that's in any relationship for the most part. The truth, consistency, security. These are the things that are attractive. Why? Because these are things that women are looking for in their lives, in their relationships. And I could dive and go really deep into that, but I don't really just want to focus on relationship advice, but this will benefit your relationships. And it's not just, this will be beneficial in platonic relationships, business relationships, whatever kind of relationships you want to build. These are simple principles, simple rules that you need in order to find more success in them. Why? Because people are attracted to you because you have these qualities that they're looking for. And this is the majority. So you might be like, I don't really need all that in my life. Okay, well, then that's fine, because you're not going to attract what you're really looking for, what you really need, and what you really want to have the kind of success that you're looking for. And it's not just to have the bulk and have more, because once you do have these things, I'm telling you, you're going to attract much more than you really need. And you just got to know when to call it quits. You can't overdo it. I'm telling you, you can't overdo it, because it can overwhelm you. Women, also the same thing. You know what? I talked about it, like exotic looking women, and men, for example, are attracted to women who look healthy. And I'm just going to say women who are very shapely, who look healthy, which is a smaller frame, or a woman who is voluptuous. There's a reason why behind this. And I'm not just saying this because it's my preference. The reason behind it is because there's a psychology thing that kicks in to say that this woman is prepared for motherhood, even if we're not looking to have a child with this woman. We're attracted, and it's just nature's way of sending signals to our brain and say, boom, 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 she's the one. She's the one. She's the one. It's no different than in the wild, where the female is choosing the strongest buck. Men looking at a woman and just saying, okay, wow, she's going to be an excellent one for me to reproduce with. And we don't, of course, fellas, hey, you probably ready to turn it off right now, and I get it, because we don't say it like that. It's the psychology behind it. Regardless if we know it or not, our subconscious is telling us, she's beautiful for this specific reason. Oh, she got a big booty. Okay, she know how to carry herself. Oh, those clothes fit really nice. Oh, she has a very nice shape. I'm just saying, these are the things that we don't think about, but that's in our subconscious mind of why we get physically attracted to things or women. And we understand why we're chasing them for no good reason, even if we don't want to have kids with them. Don't chase them for no good reason. I'm just telling you, sometimes you got love at home, and it should have brought you home last night. So let's focus on the good and stay attracted to, this is how you stay attractive in your relationships. Don't change who you are from when you started dating. We do progress in life. And I'm telling you, we take steps. So you're not the same person that you were 7 years ago, because you've matured and your body's made some adjustments. But when you still try to focus on looking just as good, and there, like I said, there's things outside of your control. So I'm not talking about things outside of your control. If you lost an arm or a leg, or or you have to get a mastectomy or thing like that, a mastectomy, that's totally different than what I'm talking about. These are things that are within your control. So if you could control the way your hair looks, and all of a sudden you just let it go, your weaves ain't popping no more, you know what I'm saying? You just throwing on wigs all day, and they're matted because they're old, and you're not even taking care of it properly. You're not even washing it right, or synthetic. There's some things right here that ain't attractive. And, it's a wrong color. It's like you're around here looking like a clown because you got all these weird looking bright colors that don't even look natural. Not as attractive as you think it is. You might be thinking like, oh, it's good right now, but think about it 5 years from now, 10 years from now. It's clownish. Hey, it is what it is. And that's my perception. And we all have different perceptions. I'm just saying overall, the majority here. And I've done some studies on this. It's not just my opinion. I've done some studies on this here. People are attracted to normality. So we like things that look pretty normal. People that look pretty normal, but that have a slight edge. I'm gonna say that once again. We like things that look normal, people that look normal, but have a slight edge. So women, if you're wearing too much makeup, eyebrows are super thick. Eyelashes look like freaking spider legs coming out of them. I'm telling you, like when you, I'm just layers and layers of foundation and I don't know what you guys are doing to your lips. I don't know what Serena did to her lips. For what? For what? We want them to look a little bit bigger. I get you on there's ways to, you guys got makeup already. There's ways to accent what you have. There's ways to really show off and for people to really see what you have based upon how you highlight the stuff on your face. But once you overdo it, it's not attractive anymore. It's clownish. So this is just some simple things for us to stay attractive. And if you say, you know what, I don't wear makeup, I'm just gonna go natural, a little eyeliner here and there, and maybe a little bit of lip gloss or lipstick here and there, it doesn't hurt. It just creates an extra form of attraction. Why? Because that's what men are drawn to. Something that just says a little bit, has a slight edge. Normal, but put a slight edge on it. Makes you more attractive. I'm gonna give you a big nugget. This is women and men. Health. Health is attractive. I'm not just talking about physically. I'm not just talking about on the outer appearance. You could be big and healthy. You could be small and unhealthy. And I'm just talking about your overall being. So I did a lot of episodes just recently on mental health, our mental and our emotional health. It's very, very important to be healthy internally and externally. Those things are attractive. When you have to show off your inner peace and things of that nature, that's another law. That's a law of harmony. When you have that peace in your life and you have those specific things, I'm telling you right now, it becomes more attractive because they recognize, okay, this person has something that a lot of people don't have. I'm telling you, peace is valuable. Peace is extremely attractive. And somebody who's level-headed, very, very attractive. If you know how to keep it calm, cool, and collected, that's why I say be suave, because that's another level of attraction. And I'm gonna break down a few of these laws of attraction. Therefore, I'm not just babbling on, but you can understand these different laws of attraction. I'm not gonna really go deep into them or anything like that. What you can do is Google these laws of attraction if you wanna know more about them. If you wanna start adding this to your repertoire, and I'm telling you right now, it's gonna definitely benefit you to getting more of what you want. I'm gonna give you a rule really fast before I actually go into the laws of attraction. This rule right here is like attracts like. And the reason why I say that like attracts like is because that we like people that think like us. We like people that do things like us. We like people that look like us. And I'm not saying that just because, and then this is right here is kind of contradictory to opposites attract. And I'm gonna talk about those specific things, but like attracts like. We don't like, and I know that there's even books out there that talk about, go do something totally different that you've never done before. If you don't even like to skydive, go skydiving for once in your life, and you can maybe meet somebody great and grand, because those are areas you've never entered into your life. That's an opportunity that you can do, but after that, you're putting yourself at risk because you're very, very uncomfortable in that zone. And it's good to stretch ourselves. But once you do the things that you like and you connect with those specific people, think about your circle and your group of people that are close to you. A lot of times they like doing the things that you like to do. They like talking as much as you like to talk. They like to hang out as much as you like to hang out. They like to drink as much as you like to drink. So there's a concept that like attracts likes. And this right here is a rule of attraction. If you're not liking the people that you're with, it's a sign that you need to change something. You need to change something. And that's why you can start doing these things. And I talk about this, it becomes an effortless way of attraction, but it takes work in order to get there. It takes work in order to get there. So that's just a simple concept. Like does attract like, and I believe it's just like the law of reciprocity, because you can give and you will receive. Whatever you're giving off as far as energy, whatever you're giving off as far as appearance, whatever you're giving off is as far as the things that you want and love and like, and it's positive, those are the things that are gonna start being attracted to you. Simple, simple, simple. So let's talk about these 7 laws of attraction. The law of manifestation. I talked about that simply in the beginning when I talked about how you can speak things into existence. There's a law of magnetism, opposite of like attracts like, right? So the law of magnetism says that opposites attract. That's why men are naturally attracted to women. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. We are different. Magnetism also causes some form of balance. And after that, there is a law of delicate balance. So that's another law. There's a law of unwavering desire. There's a couple more laws here. There's a law of harmony. I talked about that, having peace. There's a law of right action. Those are doing things right. So when I talked about, hey, guys, stay consistent, you know what I'm saying, tell the truth, do all these other specific things, the law of right action, that flows into that category right there. And then there's a law of universal influence. The more popular you get, the more open you get, I'm telling you, the better energy that you give off, you're going to attract more people, period. And you might be saying, I don't want to be in life. I just want to be in the background. But there's still specific things that you want to attract in your life. Who doesn't want to have good health? Who doesn't want to have the right kind of relationships with around them? Who doesn't want to have all the love that they need and they want in their lives? Who doesn't want to have, wealth? Who doesn't want to have, and even if it's not wealth, just a specific lifestyle where you feel comfortable, where you have the basic necessities in life, shelter, food, and love, or companionship. Those are the three most important things that we need in life. And it's outside of our need to be right. Outside of our need to be right. So I'm going to talk about things here that you can do that will appeal to the five senses. So whether it's looking good, smelling good, tasting good, feeling good, or sounding good. These are things right here that increase your level of attraction. Right here, I'm going to give a few. Fellas, boom. And I'm going to break it down, fellas. I'm going to give a few from the male and female. But at the same time, I'm just going to give some general practices here, general rules for attraction. Our tone can be more attractive. Gentlemen, if you put a little bit more bass in your voice, that actually becomes more attractive. And I know I sounded kind of weird. Yeah, that night I ran out with the other fella. If you become bass from Boys to Men, I'm telling you right now, attraction. They like that. Even though Wanye got the vocals, we all know Wanye be killing everybody in the group. You know what I'm saying? But bass, for some reason, he even had to do nothing but just had them little speaking parts. And all of a sudden, oh my God, it's like, there's something about the bass that triggers and it excites them. If you got a high-pitched voice, try to put a little bass in it. Now, this is the opposite for women. Women, turn on your phone voice. And I recognize this because when you get on the phone, you're talking to that brand new stranger, if you're in business or whatever the case may be, and all of a sudden your voice jumps up to that octave and you sound real smooth and professional. Turn on that voice every blue moon. It's beautiful. It's sexy. It's a thing that's attractive. Not opinion, fact. Higher pitched voices are more attractive to men. Scientifically proven. I ain't making this up. You can Google it if you want to. I'm just telling you, read all the books you need to on attraction and our chemistry and our makeup and the psychology behind it. And you'll realize these are little simple things. So women, if you have a little bit deeper of a voice, I don't know if you smoke cigarettes, you're getting a little bit older. Maybe you were just blessed with you're a tenor. You know what I'm saying? You're a first tenor. And you're not in the sopranos or altos. Put a little inflection in your voice. It's something that'll definitely make you sound better because that's when you're appealing to the senses, it becomes more attractive. Huge piece. Groom yourself. This is something that's common sense, but it's not always common practice. Everybody doesn't always groom themselves and take care of themselves properly. So keep yourself clean. Keep your hair taken care of. That's why I said in relationships, sometimes people lose it because they say, I already got what I need. So therefore, why do I have to keep working for it? No, you work for what you want to keep. You work for how you want to benefit it. Just because you move into a house don't mean you ain't got to clean it. Take care of yourself, groom yourself, make sure, hey, these right here are taken care of. They're important. They're expensive. So get your grill right. Take care of it. And that's a form of hygiene because you don't want your breath stinking. I'm just saying this, smell is the closest, that's directly connected to your brain. Once somebody has a bad body odor, bad breath, it may not affect a few as much as others, but I'm telling you right now, when something's funky and something stinks, it repels. It repels people naturally. So you don't want to do that. To be more attractive, get yourself a right scent. Don't overdo it. Don't be overbearing. But even if you don't even have the right scent, you have natural like pheromones that's going to jump off. That's going to smell good. Once you even sweat a little bit. Go figure, you know what I'm saying? There's simple things, but you don't want to sweat too much. So this is to keep the funk to a minimum, shave hairy areas. You got to shave those hairy areas that hold funk, whether it be under your arm, whether it be, down there, the pubics are just popping. You might want to trim that down just a little bit. And it'll eliminate funk because hair holds funk. Hair holds funk. Common knowledge, common sense, but it ain't common practice. Trim some of that down, all right? Speak I'm telling you, when it comes down to like sound, hearing, speaking, there's just simple practices, simple rules that become more attractive. I've studied all these professional speakers. I'm in a group, like many of you may have heard before, Toastmasters, to learn how to speak better, especially when I'm doing public speaking events, motivational speeches, anything where I'm doing training in front of a large crowd. It helps me eliminate those things like you probably just heard just a second ago, and to speak clearly, precisely, and effectively. Now, you don't have to be all a professional speaker, but when you speak at a decent pace, or when you're perceived, actually, when you speak faster, you're perceived to be smarter. When you speak faster, and that's just something that's another little scientific research I've done. And that's not the reason why I speak fast. I naturally speak fast, but people have a perception that this person has information or they're intelligent just because they're able to ramble off information at a nice, fast, or a quicker pace. It's just telling you how the brain is like triggering and firing off. Speaking at slow is good for a listener. So speaking slow at a very slow pace, it can help a listener, but it can seem like you're slow in the process because you can't get out the information that you need to share. So speak at a decent pace, and therefore you're able to attract more. If you ever want to be attracted to, or this is a sign to know that somebody's attracted to you, somebody is attracted to you, you'll see them lean in with their head, their shoulders, or their hips. When you have their full attention, they're like, oh, tell me more. And whenever they start to lean in, that's a form of attraction or attention that you have from some. And I'm not saying this is not all just attraction, it's to say that somebody actually likes you or wants you, is when you have their full attention. Even when you tell somebody to look at me in my face, look at me in my face. And I'm gonna break this one down next. So let me not jump ahead. But it's basically kinetic attraction, because when you recognize that somebody's leaning in or drawn to you, they're attracted to you. Now, if they're coming to you and they want to throw some hands, hey, that's a different kind of attraction. You better be ready. Say nice words, give compliments. These are another positive things you can do with words and receive them. If somebody's telling you, you know what, you look really good today. You did an excellent job with that presentation. You smell really good. Accept the compliment. They're just saying that this thing I am attracted to, and this is a signal that you can do more of when somebody's attracted to you, because they're telling you specifically, you're doing this well, it's attractive. That's a compliment. You're doing this well and it's attractive, it's a compliment. Now you can flirt, you can also flirt. That's a form of attraction. You can flirt without being romantic. So there's a way to do it by giving compliments. I got a quick nugget for you, male and female who are in platonic relationships. If you're in a platonic relationship, I advise you to lay low on the compliments. Lay low on the compliments, because it starts sending signals that, you know what, I am attracted to you. 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 And that can start changing somebody's perception. You'll realize like, why are you starting to like me? And I don't really like you like that. And I've been there, done that. I can tell you right now, I like to give compliments naturally. And I had to watch myself, and I had to understand, like, you know what, it's me. You know what, that's a hard thing. That's a hard pillow to swallow. When you just say, you know what, I take responsibility because I'm the one who messed this thing up here. We had something really going, It was strong. We had a bomb friendship. And now all of a sudden I was sending the wrong signals subliminally by giving you too many compliments. And that's the whole game up. It's always good too, and important when in platonic relationships to remind them, like, you know what, you're just an amazing friend. You're the best brother or sister I ever had. You got that's a little nugget. That's a little nugget for somebody who's struggling, or or don't feel comfortable because they just added somebody new in their life, and after that they have a really close friend that might not be that comfortable with your whole situation or your friendship. That's platonic. I'm just telling you, I have them. I know that they're real, and they can stay that way. Practice listening. That's a valuable tool to become more attractive. And I know I sound like I might talk a lot, but I love listening. I'm a people watcher. I'm an observer. I like to just sit down and just really just process what people are saying. That's how I gather all the information that I have. I like to do my research. I like listening. I like watching freaking podcasts, videos, or basically on YouTube. I like anything from Audible. And there's ways that we can practice listening even better. So the next time you listen to an Audible, you take a session or a course, or in church or whatever the case may be, take notes to understand and see what caught your ear and see what you were able to retain. The longer you take to see how much you're able to get that. Now I'm gonna tell you right now that women are a little bit better at processing these words than men, because they can tell you what happened on October the 13th, 1974, and exactly what you said. It's like, who took that mental note and held it that long? Like, what's sticky? Where did you put that at in your brain? I don't know how they do it. Hey, it ain't none of my business either. But I'm just saying, fellas, if we want to become a little bit better at practicing and listening, is that we got to start using more words. So rather we're reading out loud, rather, like I said, we're taking notes, because women be taking those mental notes, and we got to get better at that, fellas. Mental notes. We got to put these little stickies in our head. I got some Post-its over here. I'm gonna start logging them in the brain. I'm just saying, these are little things right here that helps you become more attractive, because it helps you in the long run. Because once you practice listening, people want to be understood. People just want to be understood. And a lot of people like talking. So fellas, this is a nugget for us, because women naturally speak more than we do. Not to say that there's not a lot of guys out there that have a lot of words. It's just that they talk a lot, and they like talking, and they like sharing. And that's okay, as long as we're on the receiving end. Beneficial. And we understand, hey, these are some things that are opposites that we attract, and it's okay. But we need to practice this more often. Boom. Image. Oh my goodness. Image, image, image. Is image everything? Is image everything? I know that we're told that. That's the reason why Instagram, TikToks, Snapchat, Facebook, I don't even know how many extras to throw out there. The images are associated with the likes. They even put a heart next to it. They changed the thumb. Remember, it used to just be a thumbs up because I liked it, to an actual heart, to tell you that subliminally that you love it, because image is everything. Image is everything, but perception isn't always reality. Image is everything, but perception isn't always reality. I would go a little bit deep. I don't know why I want to talk about this image of Jesus. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna leave it at that. He ain't who they showing you he is. But let me talk about how scientists talk about how the more symmetrical your face is, then it becomes more attractive to the eye. Boom, boom. I think this one, what is it? This eye right here gets a little bit smaller than the other one. Look at that. When I smile, it squints a little bit. But the more symmetrical your face is, the more attractive it is to the eye. So that's why I talked about normality. That's when we're normal here. Hey, I got good, boom. And everything's kind of proportioned good. So if you have like extremely big lips and a very small nose, it might not look as normal, but it could look exotic at certain specific points, because like I said, you have that edge. You have that edge. If your nose is just a little bit wider and it projects a little bit further than normal, and your mouth is really small, it might look a little bit weird at times, but you got that slight edge. I'm trying to tell you, you're onto something. You can't control it, but when it goes beyond your physical attributes and it goes beyond your features, then you realize that there's a lot more to it than just the way that I look. There's a lot more to it than just the way, and you can't judge a book by its cover. We've heard that 1,000 times, right? But a good cover will make you drawn to the book. A good cover will make you pick up a book. So I'm just saying, how could we change it to become a good cover? Doing simple things, grooming yourself, taking care of your appearance, making sure that you're able to present yourself, speaking well, the way you walk, the way you talk, the confidence level that you're going to have. And this is why I talk about image. Image is a level of confidence that you have. So like I talked about earlier, when you interview, it has so much to do with confidence. And that's how you turn your light to a specific point where you shine, but you don't blind. You shine, but you don't blind because you know how to make those adjustments, and you have a level of confidence that doesn't turn into cockiness, because you know that you can get the job done based upon the work that you're willing to put in. That's confidence all day. Now, if you ain't put in the work and it's just, I think I am because I say this, that's a level of cockiness. Where on your resume does it show that you've ever done anything like this? I mean, like, even not on your resume, but where have you put in the work? How are you the best in the game if you ain't even got a year consistently under your belt of doing this? Things to think about. You can't look bummy all the time and expect people to be attracted to you. You can't look bummy and expect money to be attracted to you. Money is attracted to money. It's currency. So it flows and it's attracted to what it's like. If you're broke, you got a broke mindset. It's not just that you're broke in your bank account. You can be broke in your bank account and have a rich mindset. And after that, that could change the numbers in your bank account. But if you have a broke mindset, no matter how much money you have in your bank account, you're going to always be broke. That's why a lot of people that win the lottery, guess what? They end up going broke again because their mindset never changes. Once you change your mindset, it becomes more attractive. And you're probably thinking, I'm rich. Who cares? I don't even care about how I look. You know what? You're right. Because you found out another tool, another way to become attractive, because people are attracted to money. It's a natural thing. It's a tool that we use in order to get more of what we want in life. That's all it is. And the more tools that you have, the more things you can build in your life, period. Outwardly, though. You can't do these things internally. I mean, then again, you can probably buy a better therapist. I don't even cost that much. Go on my website, rose2success.com, ROSC, the number 2, success.com. And I'm telling you, I'll hit you with a dope rate. I'll hook you up because you probably need some coaching in your life, and we can get you there. We can get you attractive. We can get you, I'm talking about the ultimate makeover, you know what I'm saying? But you can do specific things like mirroring. Mirroring is important because, like I said, like attracts like. We like things that look like us. So when you look like us or do things like us, for example, if somebody winks at you and they wink back, it's like, ooh, look at this. You smile and they smile back. I see you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So when they do these specific things, it lets us know. It's a signal in our brain that says, you know what? I like this person some reason, somehow. It's because we see familiarity in what they're doing and what we're doing. The most important factor, though, on top of that is, like, I talk about mirroring, but do other people see you the way you see you? So is your mirror broken? That's heavy. Is your mirror broken? Because if you see yourself differently the way that other people see you or perceive you to be, that could be a real reality check. That could be a real reality check, because if you say, you know what, I'm a really nice person and you're nasty on the inside, something needs to change. You got to start making adjustments. And it's not because the people are they're hating on you. Talk to the people that you love, talk to the people that you're close to, get their true, honest opinion about constructive criticism and be able to accept it, be able to receive it and make adjustments in your life, because it's going to make you more attractive. And you can be recognized for who you are and be accepted that way. So basically, like your countenance, like your face, your face is the window to your soul. I know we talk about the eyes. The eyes is very associated with the face, but there are so many nuances on how we communicate with our face, our facial expressions. There's so many micro linguistics in the way that we speak through our face. It is the window to our soul. So that's why we got to make sure that we have the right face, and we ought to know how to control our faces. And that's easy for a Gemini to say, right? Who they always talk about who got double faces and all this other kind of stuff, 2 personalities, or you're 2 people. And this is the dumbest stuff ever, but you know what I'm saying? I'll accept it, because everyone has faces. Everybody has faces, but you have to know how to control your face and to be more attractive. One thing is if you smile more. Works more for women than men though. And it's crazy because I looked it up. Men don't have to smile as much as women because women are attracted to men who have a calm, cool, and collected face. They don't have to smile all the time and be all jovial, but men are attracted to women who smile more often. So women, if you have resting bitch face, if you look like you're about to roll your eyes, you have disgusting looks on your face, based upon something that you might not like, that's not very attractive. Not my opinion. Google it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hitting you with these. What is it? Daniels. I forget old boy's name. He be hitting folks with some weird facts that I had to do some fact checking on. Like, what is you saying? What is you saying? You know what I'm saying? Because they'll seem a little bit off, but I'm just saying that there's specific things you can do to control your face, and your face says to let people know that you're confident in what you're saying, you're confident in what you're doing, and it becomes more appealing based upon perception. Like I said, it's just, you can't judge a book by its cover. God knows what you got going on in your life and what you're experiencing, but when you put off that positive energy through your facial expressions, it just becomes more attractive in general, period. It's not all about the face, because maybe you just got an ugly face on one side and you two-faced, and you know how to smile whenever you need to and frown on the other side. It just depends on what side you turn on. Hey, it's that simple. But just learn how to control it. Know how to turn onto your side that looks good for the most part whenever you need it to. Another huge rule, nature abhors a vacuum. So whenever you think like, you know what, I'm gonna take, we don't like that. Nature doesn't like that. God don't like that. Hey, you can't take without giving. You got to be able to give something that makes you become more attractive. I learned this thing about parents loving their children more than their children loving their parents. Why is that possible? Because parents give more than their kids could ever give back to the parents. That means that they love them more. The more you give, the more attractive you become. The more you give, the more you're able to love. I'm just saying they're tied into so many different things, but don't become a vacuum. Don't be so much of a taker. You become a better giver, more attractive in general. And these are things that you need. And I talked about this in the relationships, and I'm gonna get ready to close this thing out here. If you're looking to say, how can I become more attractive in my relationship? Or how could I attract the right people in my life? Because I keep on attracting the same old deadbeats. I keep on going for the same old big button and smile. I keep on falling for the same little dude at the gym. I keep on, here's another baby daddy that just left me alone. And why do you keep on falling for the same old? Because they're providing a need that you're not providing for yourself. There's something that you see in them that you like that probably was missing because either your parents didn't show it to you. Maybe even it's a form of dysfunction. Some people like to be yelled at. Some people like to be cussed at or slapped around. I know it sounds crazy, but you'll be surprised at how many people tolerate those things because they think it's a form of love. They think it's something that they need in their lives. Even though they know better, they don't do better. It's common sense. It ain't good for you. But do they make it common practice? God knows. Give yourself a makeover. I already talked about money. There's no romance without finance, period. No romance without finance. If you want to become more attractive, get your finances together. Have some kind of financial discipline. It ain't about all this kind of Gucci and yellow looking weird prints all over your black shirt in Versace and all this other kind of crazy stuff. You can make yourself look good on a budget. I know this. I've gotten them on a less than $100 outfit. Now my shoes might have cost me, I'm in the shoes, but I'm just saying these are simple ways that we can focus on getting things that we want and look good. But there's no romance without finances. Get your financial things in order and just have simple disciplines. I'm just saying you don't have to show off and overspend. Get your credit score right. It's attractive. You can get more of what you want in life just because of these simple things. You got to understand your needs and the ways that you can fulfill them in order to get what you want and the people that you want in your life. Think about your 3 last relationships. What about those people that you felt like you needed more of? Why did those people enter your life, and why are they gone? Your last 3 relationships. I'm gonna go into this last one right here, which is prove yourself wrong. To become more attractive, a lot of times we have to prove ourselves wrong. You know, that we talk to ourselves in a lot of times in negative ways, and it's just a learned behavior, because our common human need is a need to be right, and many of us are right in our own heads on things that we're wrong, that things that aren't good for us, and that shouldn't be in our mindset. And we drop the ball in this category. So basically, on the other side, when we're proving ourselves wrong, is where faith lies, success lies. It's where overcoming our fears lies. It's where discomfort is. But this is where you birth that thing that you've been speaking into existence, by proving ourselves wrong. And if you think that all good men or good women are taken, you're right. If you think of all the good jobs, or if you think that the immigrants are coming over here or illegals are coming over here and taking all the good jobs, you know what? You're right. If you're foolish enough to believe those things. If you say that, you know what, I'm not good enough for blank, I'm not good enough for this job, I'm not good enough to be, healthy, I'm not good enough to go to the gym, you're right. If you say, I'll never change, I was born this way, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to always drink, I'm going to always smoke, you're right. I'm telling you, prove yourself wrong every once in a while. Prove yourself wrong when you know it's something negative. Prove yourself wrong, especially when you think you can never love again or be faithful. I dare you to prove yourself wrong. I had to do it. I had to do it. Prove myself wrong. And then I'm like, you know what? I think I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for all this love. I'm ready to give it. Last but not least, become a life learner. Become a life learner. The more you know, the more attractive you become. And it's not just to know, just to be able to say, I know it all, but if you know it and you apply it in your life, it becomes more attractive. You begin to understand how you're programmed. You begin to understand, like I said, this personal development thing is really what this is all about. You begin to start liking yourself more. You understand how to become a better manager of your life. And we all like someone who knows a little more than we do. We do. Become Ken Jennings, the dude on Jeopardy that was just killing the show. You ain't got to be that smart, but just know a little something. Have a little good insight. Get a little more wisdom. Learn from your experiences, and read a little bit, pull up some resources, pull up some information, educate yourself on something that you're passionate about. And after that, you can be viewed as a viable resource. And I'm telling you, that's attractive. If you don't know what affirmations are all about, I can give you a few of them here, and I'm gonna close with these right here. Just there's a few things that you can become. Here's a few words I'm gonna give you that you can become to become more attractive. And hey, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys listening to this show. I'm going to have much more. I'm going to do much more. One thing that wasn't attractive is that I was supposed to put out this episode yesterday, and I'm a day late, maybe $1 short, but it's 99 cents still. So it's a little bit of discount. I'm gonna over deliver on these next few, and really get my mojo back. But right here, these are attractions that you can become, but they're also affirmations. You could put the words I am, you could put a sentence in front of these, you can plug them in however you want to. But abundance, affectionate, articulate, constructive, creative, eager, enthusiastic, fair, family-oriented, courageous, daring, expert, faithful, accountable, energetic, entertaining, loving, resourceful, spiritual, sincere, sensual, tactful. I'm telling you, these different words right here, you can start programming yourself to start saying these specific things. Funny, genuine, sober, spontaneous, stylish, tolerant, generous, persuasive, controlled, sporty, successful, vigorous, wealthy, thoughtful, playful, nurturing, perfected, holy, happy. I'm telling you, in inspirational, inventive, innovative, punctual, respectful. I'm telling you, intelligent. These are words right here that will take you and make you successful. Be optimistic, be loved, be attractive. How soon can you become more attractive? The present is always perfect. God bless you. Thank you for listening to another episode of These Nuggets Somehow.